Hey, this is Chris at Art Secret Studio, and I want to share with you a lazy person's way of not getting up and look at the painting. So when I start a painting, I'm standing. Every 2 or 3, 4 strokes, I back up. Every 2 or 3, 4 strokes, I back up to see what I'm doing. It isn't until halfway through the painting, when the whole thing's been covered, the halftone, the mood, we have videos on halftone, the halftone, the mood, everything is set, the mood is set, that I actually sit down and I work on specific parts of the painting. But for those of you who refuse to get up, they have what's called a reducing glass lens. The reducing lens does just that. It makes you look like you're 10 feet, 15, 20 feet away. And you can look at it and I see Alice and I see, oh no, okay. Now I've looked for those with handles. I've not been able to find a reducing lens with handle. I've only been able to find the glass one. And the reason we're doing this video today is the person who uses this all the time had to come around the studio and look between the easels to look at her painting. And I said to her, why don't you use my reducing filter? And she says, oh, I have one of those. So it's a way for you to step back and look at your shapes and values and colors as if you're 10, 15 feet away. I'm sorry, there's no demo. Here's the demo right here. You hold it up over, I don't know if you do, yeah, one eyeball. There, I never use it. So one eyeball, because I'm a getter-upper. I stand when I paint. Until that painting's covered, I'm standing. And then when it's time to sit, I lower it and it is eye level and I take a little brush and I do it one stroke at a time. But in the beginning, I don't. And I need to stress that another way. I have degenerative spine disease. I've already had surgery on my lower spine. In the middle of my back, I have some crushing going on too. And what happens is, non-medical thing, some of the muscles around that part of the vertebrae stop working. And it appears that other muscles have to do that job and other jobs. And they start to knot up because they can't handle it. They weren't built to do twice the work. That's my version. You'd have to see a doctor if that's true or not. But here's what is true. Within 10 minutes, I'm in severe pain. So 5 hours of standing, I'm screaming. So I'm going to say it again. I stand on every painting until that thing's covered. And I don't care how much Tylenol I have to take. And it was Advil. I was on 12 Advil a day for 10 years. Okay, we're not sure what that did to some body parts, but I'm now off it. And I've done the physical therapy thing. There's only so much you can do. Okay, because like I showed earlier, how I practice getting in a chair, sitting up and getting down. No. Okay, that's it. Reducing filter. I've made my exclamation point. I'm telling you, I stand until that painting's covered. I don't want to spend 100 hours on something only to sit back and say, oh gosh, the whole thing's too light or too dark, because that means I have to fix it or do it over again. Well, good luck with that with a mouth or something like that. That it's hard to draw, it's hard to get the flesh color, it's hard to get the quality of line and the contrast, and now you have to do it again. So earlier when someone was doing that, I had a panic. I said, what are you doing? Blocking it in. Because it was more about, I already know you can do this at a high level. It was more about you and your thought process. That was the next step for me, for you, not, is this something I do? Yes, it is. Okay, done with that talk.